do not buy this game on Nintendo Switch 2. Welcome Tour on Nintendo Switch 2, the worst game that hasn't even released for the system yet, and it's not really a game. So I'm going to explain to you why this is a waste of your money and a waste of time. What's happening, Internet? Kwing here, and I'm one of the co-hosts of KwingsLetsPlays, and if you buy this game, we're not friends anymore, like, at all, because I don't see why you would find a museum tour fun. That's a waste of $10. Why don't you buy a real museum ticket and walk around there? You'll have more fun than whatever this is. The Nintendo Imaginators have completely forgotten about imagination and fun, and we're gonna go and do a little retrospective to explain why this is a bad idea. And make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new, or if you're old, or whatever. And also tell us in the comment section below why you agree with me that the whole Welcome Tour thing is just a bad idea in general. So, what is Welcome Tour? Well, Welcome Tour is a game that people are like, hey, this should have been a pack-in game for the Switch 2. And I'm like, no, this game shouldn't have been a pack-in game, and it shouldn't even be $10. It shouldn't be made whatsoever. This game looks like it's a tech demo for the Switch 2, and they're not even trying to hide it. You walk around as a little stick figure, not even to me, mind you. There's nothing colorful about this. This looks like not even a fun New York City museum. This looks like something in Paris that's really boring and bland, and you're just walking around with other little stick figures, and you go and you touch the exhibits, and they tell you stuff. But it looks like a PowerPoint presentation. Like, you know, you would sit in a meeting, and you'd have this guy come up and show you shapes and colors and crap. Yeah, that's what this is. How is this fun? You show me how this is fun! Because it's not! I'll show you something fun. You want to see a fun pack-in game? Oh, strap in. We're going back to the year 2006. Alright, so we're here in the year 2006. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a pack-in game. We've got Wii Sports. Now, I know, the aesthetic's not very nice. I mean, look at it. I mean, look at that. It looks terrible, doesn't it? But, you know, just put your brain cells away for a moment and just, you know, experience the game. You want to know what the whole point of Wii Sports was? It was to demonstrate what the controller could do, but in a way that was both cheap and effective. Believe it or not, this little game sold over 100 million Wii consoles. Why? I don't know, because maybe we were stupid back then. I can't tell you. I mean, I was newly married. I got married young. Some would say I was either stupid or smart. I would say I was in love, but that's besides the point. I did injure my wife in this game. Context! What Kwing means to say is Amber hit her hand on a coffee table while trying to serve in Wii Sports. I was there. It was hilarious. Until next time, fools. So yeah, Wii injuries was very common with Wii Sports, but it was still fun. You know, tennis was a blast, and all you needed to do was swing the remote. The characters were controlled, I don't know, by AI, or we didn't really think about it back then. They just kind of moved on their own and did stuff. But you would, you know, swing the controller and you could play tennis. If you had somebody you didn't like, you could do Wii boxing. And it showed you how the controllers were supposed to work. You attach the nunchuck and the Wiimote together, and then you just start punching things. Fun, simple, effective. If you hated golf, well, there was golf too, and it was actually pretty relaxing. And it worked, more or less. I mean, motion controls were a little gimmicky back then, but, you know, it served a purpose. The baseball was really fun, but the sport that everybody played in Wii Sports was bowling. Everyone from nursing homes to hospitals, and even your parents' living room, everyone in 2006 was bowling in Wii Bowling. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what a brilliant pack-in game was like. And Nintendo continued to milk this franchise whenever they had new technology that they wanted you to pay for a tech demo, and it was fun. Later on, Nintendo would do this to us again in June of 2009 with Wii Sports Resort, which had the brand new Motion Plus controller, which was that little box that you plugged on the bottom of your Wiimote. I actually did a review of Wii Sports Resort. Don't watch it. It's terrible. I was young. I didn't know what I was doing. No, I mean, it's okay. I mean, it's better than activist stuff today. Yeah, because, you know, I was actually funny and I could write. But anyway, so Wii Sports Resort was another, basically, hey, here's another tech demo for Wii Sports. And they added lots of fun new sports. And if you want more on that, well, we actually did a thing called the Road to Nintendo Switch Sports. And we went back and we played all of the Wii Sports things. Wii Sports, Wii Sports Resort, and I don't know if there was anything else after that. There was Wii Sports Club, but that's basically just Wii Sports and updated for Wii U, and they didn't really give us anything new. I don't even remember what the club was about, but we'll get to that. So Wii Sports Resort, Reggie Fils-Aimé was famous for going on stage and showing the new and improved jet ski thing and Wii Motion Plus in use. And yes, this was essentially a tech demo game where Nintendo finally could utilize their vision for the Wii, showing what one-on-one control actually looked like, what they had in their minds when they were creating the Wii. And most of the games that did come out for, you know, Wii Plus or Wii Motion Plus, whatever you want to call it, it did work. The problem is people were tired of, you know, waggle games by that point, and while we could understand Miyamoto's frustration with the Wii controllers not working very well, Wii Motion Plus definitely changed that, and Wii Sports Resort was really fun. The game featured 12 sports, 2 from the original Wii Sports, and then you had new stuff like swordplay, wakeboarding, frisbee, archery, basketball, table tennis, golf came back, bowling came back because, you know, everybody really liked that, power cruising, canoeing, cycling, and air sports, parachuting, and piloting. And again, it utilized the controller, it did what it was supposed to. So Nintendo was actually really good at creating a shareware product, selling it for full price, basically, but packing it in with the system and making something fun and entertaining for people to want to pick up. Because if I remember correctly, the Wii Motion Plus controller and Wii Sports Resort actually came packed in the controller itself, so you would kind of get used to what this Motion Plus thing was about. And it was actually a well-made game. It was a lot of fun. Wii Sports Resort was a great game and a good idea. Now we're moving on to the year 2012 with the Wii U. And what are we talking about? Well, Nintendo's tech demo game that was $49.99, but was actually a well-made game and a lot of fun to play. Which, to my knowledge, I don't think we've ever showcased any footage of it until now, Nintendo Land. Maybe we did a review, but maybe YouTube erased it. I don't know. I can't really find anything for Kwings and Nintendo Land. And if something pops up, I'm going to scream like a little girl because that means I jumped realities, and it's seriously going to freak me out. So don't even tell me we did something with it, okay? Because the making of this video, I don't have any footage. I stayed up all night making this footage for you. You're welcome. So anyway, Nintendo Land featured a lot of really cool attractions because it was now a theme park. That's fun, right? That's so much better than a museum! These 12 little mini-games were based on existing Nintendo properties. So it wasn't just your Mii characters, but it was your Mii characters hanging out at a theme park. And again, it was fun. You remember fun, Nintendo? Apparently you don't. So you had Mario-themed stuff, The Legend of Zelda, Metroid, F-Zero, and Pikmin, and so much more. And you would walk around and you'd go to these different, like, theme park sections, and you would get to play some fun mini-games based on what the Wii U could do. Sure, it was a $50 game, but I would argue that it was actually worth the money. Whereas, today, the whole Nintendo Tour thing is just a really bad idea, and it feels like Nintendo wasn't even paying attention to how they were, you know, not so long ago. I mean, Wii U was... I don't want to know how long ago Wii U was, but Wii U was a great idea with a bad name. And, you know, a marketing nightmare, but it was a fun system. It really was. And if some of you remember playing that, then you're awesome in my book. I can't believe, as far as I know, we've never made any fun videos of it, and I think that's a shame because the game doesn't look too bad. The Zelda section is fun, the F-Zero stuff looks great, the Metroid stuff, all of the good Mario things. You know, it utilized what it was supposed to, showing you guys how the whole U-Pad controller thing is supposed to work with the brand new system. Congratulations, Nintendo, you did great. And because Nintendo loves to milk, in 2013 they gave us Wii Sports Club, which was basically an enhanced version of Wii Sports that I don't even know why we got it again. But it was fun. Maybe because it had online play? I don't remember. But Amber and I did it. We played through it, and it was a lot of fun to showcase, more or less. But Wii Sports Resort was definitely the best utilization of what is happening with this technology, and here's a fun game to play. But now, with the Switch, as far as I know, there wasn't really that big game that kind of showed you how to use the Switch's technology. I guess you could argue like 1-2 Switch or something like that, and you know, those were kind of fun, I guess, but the novelty wore off pretty quickly. I don't know if Snipper Clips was a Nintendo IP or if it was a third-party thing, but I know Amber and I argued about that quite a bit, but it was fun to an extent. But when I mean, like, you know, a game that's tailor-made for the system to show its specs and stuff like that, it would have to be Nintendo's obscure, like, Labo stuff and things that we really didn't get everything that the Switch could do. Because the Switch was just basically a hybrid video game console that could turn into a portable handheld, in a sense. And, I mean, you know, those commercials was the only explanation you needed, really. And the fact that basically the Joy-Cons were just Wiimotes and nunchucks fused together into one, you know, thing, and then you'd clip it onto your Switch, and boom, there you go. But now, all these years later, in 2025, just a month away, the new Nintendo, because yes, I call these guys the new Nintendo, are showing us this. Yeah, this. See, this is what I'm talking about. This shows you that the soul of Nintendo is just either dying or it's just complacent and it's just forgotten what fun is. How do you forget what fun is? I'm sorry, but I've been to museums that had more interesting, like, tour guides explaining fun history facts than this game. And I haven't even played this game, and I can tell it's already a nightmare. So, no, I won't be paying $10 for this. I'd rather pay $10 toward an $80 game. I said it. I said it. If my wife purchases this game, it's on her, because I refuse to show up for work that day. I don't see the appeal of this. I don't know how anyone could think, like, hey, this was fun in 2006, this was fun in 2009, this was fun in 2013, 2012, whatever. How in the world is this fun? This is literally a PowerPoint presentation that was made in, like, Photoshop and, like, the Photoshop image thingy. Or, I don't even remember all the different programs Photoshop has. They used to have a license, and now you have to pay, like, subscription fees all the time, which is, you know, huge ripoff, but that's besides the point. This is a PowerPoint presentation. This is something that executives would sit in their fancy little leather chairs with their air conditioning, and everything's all, like, steel floors and, you know, black tables, and it's cold in there, and you're uncomfortable, and you're trying to pay attention while they put a thing on the projector and say, here, this is what this system can do. This is like a nerd explaining all the specs of the system in a way that's just not exciting. You want to show off all the cool features about what the Switch 2 can do? Here's an idea. Maybe make Nintendo Land 2 or Wii Sports 2. Something like that, you know? Show us all the things that we already know the system can do. And I don't see how anyone would really find this exciting. You would be better off looking at a colorful manual that you spend $0 for, you know? Go to Nintendo's website and read about, you know, all the fun features that they have and the interesting, like, developer interviews. I'm sorry, but, I mean, you can call me a fuddy-duddy. I don't really care. I don't see how this is exciting. I don't see how this makes me thrilled to be a Switch 2 owner, you know, future me. I don't want this game in my collection. I'm stamping my feet and I'm like, no, this isn't fun. This is, you know, just go to a museum. Like, why? Why is this a thing? And tell me, why in the world did Nintendo have an entire, like, event during their treehouse dedicated to this quote-unquote game? You know what? People in our chat, when the Nintendo Tour thingy popped up, they were like, can we skip this? Because we don't want to watch this. Most people with common sense don't want to even look at this because, you know, it lacks so much fun. And if the whole Nintendo Switch Tour thing is any indication of what the future of this new, you know, Nintendo company, because it is new, this is not Iwata's company, this is a new generation, new peeps, all that fun stuff. The only thing that I've seen for the most part is these guys love to milk established games from older consoles and re-release them at a higher price in 4K. It's the same game. If you're lucky, they might add $20 DLC to it to, you know, make it worth the cost to play it again. But the idea that Nintendo is just basically copying and pasting what they've already done on the very super successful Switch, which we're not arguing, but they're making you pay for an enhanced 4K version, when Sony, for the most part, they let you take your latest PS4 games and upgrade them to PS5, like, whatever, no problem, you know? There was a few games they charged later, and there are a few games that Nintendo is letting you do for free, which is, you know, very nice of Nintendo. But for the most part, you can bet that when, you know, 6 months or a year comes from now, there's going to be a boatload of Switch 1 games that you've already played that they're going to make enhanced editions for 4K and try to charge you through the nose for. And I think that's messed up. So that's the new Nintendo way of doing things. It's not the old way. The old way was making fun pack-in games like Wii Sports, Wii Sports Resort, Nintendo Land, essentially. There was a bundle for Nintendo Land. We didn't have it. But you get the idea. It was to teach the public a great way of showcasing how the system and its controller were supposed to work and how future games would utilize this technology. The whole, you know, Nintendo Tour thing doesn't do that. It's a PowerPoint presentation that they want you to pay $10 to watch. That's essentially all it is. I am not streaming it. I am not playing it out of protest. I'm going to be covering a lot of cool Switch 2 games. And this, homies, ain't it. But anyway, now I want to hear from you guys in the comment section below. Do you agree with me? Gosh, I hope so. If not, tell me why you think that the whole Nintendo Switch 2 Tour thing is a good idea and much better than what Nintendo has made in the past, and how it's fun, because I fail to see how this is worth $10. But prove me wrong. Just, you know, keep it civil, and remember, we're all family here, so yeah. But anyway, people, thank you so much for watching this. I made another video over here that people missed, so go watch that, and maybe we'll do some more top 10s in the future. I'll see you guys live later today, as it's a big day today, so check out what we're playing, and we'll see you guys live later. Until the next one, God bless, happy gaming, be seeing you.